Well, thank you so much for joining us. You're watching Maisha Prime Women Talk, where real women engage. And this is definitely Maisha Television Kenya. My name is Rida Chebet Karing. You can engage with us on Facebook and YouTube, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TVKE. Our phone number is 0746 99841. And today in studio, I'm not alone. I'm joined by a guest. I'll let her introduce herself. Karibu sana.
Thank you. Thank you, viewers, for watching. I'm Sarah Moribi, a wife, a mother of 2 sons, an elder of PCS at Malava, a student in counseling and guidance with Presbyterian University of East Africa. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope I'm helping somebody somewhere. God bless.
Yes, so Sarah, if you just been tuning into Maisha Prime Women Talk, Sarah has been with us for the past in the 2 programs, and today Irene Bobushebi is not with us, but she'll be joining us in our next program. So last time we talked about women and work. Then before that, we talked about domestic violence. So today we want to talk about family, because it is family that we focus on, women mostly, and mwanamke ni familia. So today we're going to talk about family and raising children, and also we'll tackle something to do with postpartum depression, that is the period after mwanamke amejifungua. Yes, so we'll start with family, and I'll just ask you to, what is family, because wengi hawaelewi familia ni nini.
Okay. Thank you for that. Let us talk about family and where family began. In the beginning, when God created the world, he created man first before creating a woman. And when God created Adam, he saw Adam is missing somebody to give him companionship and to help him. So he created animals and he brought them to Adam, and he told him to name those animals. He gave those animals names that we got birds, we got cows, we got goats. But God looked at these animals and saw there is no suitable companion for this man. And so he made this man to sleep, a deep, deep sleep. And out of the rib, one of his ribs, a woman came from there, one of the ribs. And God was contented. Adam has gotten a companion and a helper. The women and men, I want you to get these 2 words, companion and a helper. And Adam named this woman Eve. And you see, I want us to understand that Adam was given 1 woman. Was not given 2 Eves or 3 Eves, but just 1 Eve. And then they were given a duty to multiply the earth. So they were to procreate. And when you look at the same book, I'm talking about Genesis chapter 2, you'll find that God commanded, when a man and a woman are of age, they get out of their parents' house and go begin their own families. Now that's how we come into a family. And now, when a woman and a wife meet to form a family, there's this initial stage whereby they say just a married couple. I don't think we call that a complete family. I think a family is complete when you have children. Family. And when you give birth to these children, they become family. And we have types of families. Before I talk about family, yeah? We have different types of family, because we have the nuclear family, whereby we have the mother, father, and children. We have the extended family, where we have the grandfather, grandmother, uncles, aunts, and nephews, and the cousins. Then we have the single families. A single parent could be a father, could be a mother, due to different reasons. We have also these families that are adoptive. You don't have a child of your own, you've illegally adopted children or a child and have made him part of your family. We have foster families, whereby you've been given a child to raise by another family that have been able to raise that child due to various reasons. We have same-sex marriages nowadays, families. Men decide, I'm not going to marry a woman, I'm going to marry a man, and Then you adopt children illegally. I'm not going to get into that, but they are there. And then we have these biracial families. An European man has married an African man, or vice versa, a nation and an African, or an Indian and an European, you get? And then you also have these families whereby a Kikuyu man has married a Kalenjin or a Luo, a Kisii. Those are families, and these people are not of the same tribe. So families are many. And I want the viewers who are listening to us to start now categorizing where their family is. And remember, there's also the polygamous family. So you start categorizing where your family is. And now that you are together, you want to show love. And you must show love to your husband, you must show love to your wife, and you must show love to your children. And it is irrespective of what child that you have in that house. Is it adopted child? Is it a foster child? Is it a biological child? Is it your niece? Is it your nephew? You must show love to all, and a balanced love. Let us first begin how to show love between now this wife and husband. Now I'm using the word wife and husband. For a husband to show that he really loves the wife, it is not just by telling your woman, I love you, and he stopped at that. You can appreciate your wife through giving gifts. If she's a housewife and she has done all the chores, when you come back into that house, say hi to her, hi dear, how have you been in this house? And she is going to tell you how her day has been. And when she finished telling you how her day has been, from there, I would thank you for that good work that you've been doing. I appreciate it, and it is a lot of work. The work of a woman in the house never completes. Every beginning at the 4 a.m., you still rotate in that house doing it. So when the husband appreciates this wife and says, oh yeah, you can now even get this, a gift. And your wife, when you're given that gift, I'll use an example. Maybe it is a lollipop, sweet. Just take it and say, thank you. I can see that you have remembered me. Do not start by saying, you looked at me and you've seen a mother sweet of 10 shillings, which I can also buy for myself. No. This man has gone far way too much to show appreciation. And then if you want to show that you truly love this person, can you respect that person's ideas? May let us not be very traditional, such that when you marry this woman that you are given by God, and she gives you an idea of how to start a business or how to improve the one that you have, do not start by telling her, who is the head of the family? It is me. So it is me should be giving you ideas. Take her idea, listen to it, and tell her, yeah, that's a good idea. I am going to look into it. You may not implement it immediately. You can take time like a month to implement it, so that it be like it has come from you, but somewhere it came from the wife, yes. But you didn't let her down. You took it. That is one way that you appreciate one another. And if you have a business, human, and your wife does not have a business, make her part of your business. Wasikuwe na hii tabia ya kusemanga ati nitajiri msichana achuge kazi yangu kwa sababu bibi hajasoma, haelewi chochote. Ulimu ukijua hajasoma, si ndio? Be the teacher. Train this woman how to handle business, because when we are trained, we understand. And as women, when we are given that responsibility, let us not show that you are not learned. Try to cope.
Welcome to Amazon Gardens. We are located in Mumias in Kakamega County along Bungoma Mumias Road. The garden and hotel is a well set up resort that offers its guests the best of both worlds, with a professional staff that ensures all your expectation is surpassed. Amazon Garden is home away from home every season, with offers of delicacies that awakens all your senses. You can secure exquisite experiences at Amazon Gardens with additional offers in accommodation and conference facilities and a conducive environment. We have study rooms, and all guest rooms in the hotel are equipped with a flat screen TV. The hotel also has a baby swimming pool of its own kind. We also have a continental bed and breakfast, outside catering services, and conference facilities. Every experience and food is at an affordable price, which simply paints a picture of a conducive environment that is home away from home. Its closeness to the Bungoma Mumias Highway and Kisumu International Airport makes your visit and family's visit easier. There is enough parking space and security is guaranteed. Book us today. Call 0711 592174 or 0759012480. Our social media pages are Amazon.
Just copy him so that you keep that business running, because there's nothing important like family. You know, when you employ a girl and sure that you trust her than your wife, she'll be stealing from you slowly. But because now, if it is a wife is in that business and she knows, if this business goes down, we go down together. We shall not have something to eat. We shall not have school fees. So the wife is going to take care of that business. It is going to make it. She's going to make it grow. And there is nothing good like when a woman has been given confidence, or the man has put confidence in her woman or in his woman, that for sure I trust that you can do this business. We really work tirelessly. We don't want to disappoint him. He has put that confidence in me. So that is how we show love to your partner. If it is a business that you began together, trust her that she can sign checks on your behalf. Hapa ndipo shida inakuaga. Open a joint account with her. Tell hapa ni shida ingine. A man would not trust that she can have a joint, he can have a joint account with his wife, because one, he wants to control the expenses. So he thinks that this wife atachukua pesa apeleke kwao ama afanyie kazi ingine. Let me tell them that I'm an example. Me here as I talk, I sign checks. Like now, before I came here, I've signed 2 checks because my husband requested, before you go, sign these 2 checks for this company. They are coming to feed them. We have a joint accounts. Me, I don't have a joint. I don't have a personal account. I closed it. I made it dormant. So we share an account with him of the business. He has a personal account because he's a civil servant. But I have a spin.
Trust.
Yeah. And even this other account of the business, I have the pin. And when you want money, he normally tell me, go and get this amount so that you can do with it 1, 2, 3. Or before I go, we sit down and say, tomorrow we need to get this much so that we can buy 1, 2, 3 for the business. So he has put his trust in me. And now because he has put his trust in me, I wouldn't want to embarrass myself by becoming a thief, that I'm stealing my husband's money. At near the ATM, hajui naeda, nitoe 10,000 na hatajua. The moment he realizes you did that, I'm sure he'll go and get you out of that account. You'll not be a signatory there. Yeah. And will make sure you are not part of that account anymore. So let us trust one another. You woman who is there, if your husband trusts you, please continue being trustworthy. If it is a husband who has come in and has found a woman having her property, you know, there are these people who are blessed with women who already have property. So I should make you part of that property of us. Respect her. Do not take that money and start using it with dogo, or they are called warrages in quotes. Make sure that that money is yours and your wife. and for the children. And then another way of showing love to a woman or to a man is by the way we communicate to one another. If you say that I've made a mistake somewhere, somehow, I could not have realized the mistake, but you realize it, what do? Instead of coming to me directly, ambushing me with words, heavy words that are not kind to me, and you make my heart cry, why don't you come and tell me, hi, 1, 2, 3, yes, you've done this, but I never look at it, I don't see that you've done it in the right way. So I can also ask, how did you want it done? He corrected me, but not harshly. And then I'll do it, and I'll not feel bad. So there's no way that I'm going to have a room to hate you, that I'll be saying, huyu mwanamke alifikiria ameoa mtoto, mimi sio mtoto, mimi mtu mkubwa na niko na fikra zangu, ama vice versa. Because even as women at times, we don't know how to approach our husbands, we can also hurt their feelings. And with love, you don't hurt anyone's feelings. You take care of their feelings. You don't hurt anybody, because at the end of the day, that person remains to be yours. Atakufa na wewe. Hata uko na maboys uko nje mwenye mnaendaga kuwatch Arsenal na Man U. At the end of the day, you still go back to that family. Now, let me come now join the children together now. How to show love to our children. At the beginning I said God began a marriage or a family by putting two people together, and in that duration is still without children. Now you've been given children. Your responsibility as a father, now you know this children are made before the father and the mother. So you must not realize you are not the two of you here. Their children to take care of. Now responsibility comes in, and a heavy one. You must make sure that this child feels your presence in that home. Hata kama you are colleague, or hata kama your work imagine to be in your workstation the whole day, create time for your family. That is your husband, your wife, and your children. Ensure that these children, they are paid for school fees. These children don't lack basic needs. They don't lack clothes, they don't lack food, they don't lack shelter. Fanya kazi juu chini, ensure that these people, these children are well maintained, pay emotionally, so that this kid can be stable in the thinking, or he's not stressed when he's in school. Ensure that you are there for him, give him books, give him pens. And when he comes home, for example, you've taken him to school and he does not attain a grade that you thought, you know, this education that we have, we look at the grade that child has brought and we start comparing. Bagu ameniletea D na warafiki amemletea A. Remember, your child is not your friend's child. Kama amekuletea E ama D, appreciate it first, and not tell this child, wow, son, I have seen you've got this grade D. How do you feel about it? And the child will tell you, oh dad, I'm a mom, I'm not very comfortable with it. I thought I would have done better than this. Do you see the word the child has used? I thought I should have done better than this. Now work on that, or use that word, I have thought. So start counseling your child right away. You thought you should have got or done better than this, but you didn't. But anyway, you still have done your best. But not because you assures me you could have done better than this, I would wish you sit down and you talk, I see what made you not get that grade that you wanted and brought this grade. You've encouraged this child. You've not shown him that you're bitter with him. So the next time the child won't want to disappoint you. He'll work very hard. But what if he came with a day and you started, nakulipia school fees, nakununulia maguo, nimekupeleka in the best boarding school, you are lacking nothing, and then you bring me a D. What have you done to this child? You've destroyed his ego. You've destroyed emotionally. You have destroyed him, because ataanza kuuliza, yani kwa sababu ananilipia school fees, ananinunulia kila kitu naitisha. His only love is his money, I should use it wisely. So parents, because a family is made up of parents and children, let us learn how to handle our children whenever they don't meet our expectations, because they still remain to be our children. They still remain to be our children.
Yes, and you've just mentioned about providing for the children, for the family, but kuna wazazi ambao they can provide for their children, ensure that they are good, wako na chakula, wanapakulala, wana mavazi, but then they don't know how to be good parents, to be a good dad or a good mom. How can parents become a good mother or good father?
Okay. Like I said, providing for children is not enough. Remember me saying that you must create time for this family. You must create time for your children. You know, nobody has gone in a class of being a mother. Me, when I got married, nobody told me how to handle a child. It comes naturally. We have instincts. Even fathers, nobody has trained this man that you are going to be a father, and this is how you look after a child. It only comes naturally. And when you become a father, there are things you used to do before you became a father, like taking alcohol, smoking, going to clubs. Saturday ikifika, do you know the newest club where you're going to meet your man friend or your girlfriends? Those are things now you stop living them slowly by slowly. Because ukiwa high, how do you look after a child? Ukiwa high, surely. You as a parent, me as a parent, because I'm a parent. When we are high on drugs, how can you look after that child? You know, you provide in a day because you are sober. Now here comes, and now you are not at home because you are working. So you get into that house, could be at 8, 9, and the child is there waiting for the dad or the mother. I don't know, we are parents, at times our parents, so they go to enjoy whatever really. So you come back in the house staggering. And now this child is of age. Hey, anaona wazazi wake wameingia kwa mlango. You know, children don't say before they see their parents. Walaligi wanangoja wazazi waingie kwa nyumba. So anaona wazazi wake wanaingia hivi wakidance. Si ile kudance ya kudance, wako high, so they are staggering. Now even this child will first ask, gosh, what is not happening to my parents? So for you to be a good parent, leave those things you used to do before you give birth. And this is all I normally see. It is a matter of sacrifice. Unajua kuacha what you love most. You must sacrifice. Uachane tu nayo. And then you now start assuming the motherly instinct. I gave birth, and this is my child. Begin by telling yourself, I gave birth, and this is my child. How should I be there for this child? Make sure you are in the house at the right time. Ukiamka mtayarishie nini? Breakfast. Mpatie hiyo breakfast. Hata kama uko na msaidizi, tell the msaidizi, today I want to feed my young one. Today I want to escort my child to school. You start by practicing. Yes. Yeah. And it makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, so I hope mmepata hiyo wazazi ambao maybe you're doing something, unajua your time hakuwa na majukumu, so uko na free time ya kufanya some things. In case mtoto aje, then you'll have to sacrifice and do something to ensure that you're almost your all attention iko kwa ule mtoto. Well, and still talking about that, while introducing the show, I say that we're going to tackle the issue of postpartum depression. And for those who are not aware of what is postpartum, this is the time after childbirth when women feel sad or empty, and if it does not go away after, let's say, a period of 2 weeks, then utakuwa na ile ambayo inaitwa postpartum depression. So my first question to you, I know you're a mother. Yeah. You have 2 sons. Have you ever suffered of this postpartum depression?
Me being a mother, I have not suffered of it. I haven't suffered of it. But there are those women who suffer from it. And it could be inherited. If your mother suffered from it, you can also carry those genes. It is a period that comes either even before, come 2 weeks before birth, not just even after birth. And you change moods, mood swings. You used to be a very calm woman, but umekaribia kuzaa. All of a sudden you're fatigued. You don't want to talk to anybody. You don't want to see your husband. You don't want to see your children if you had. You don't want to see your friends. You want just remain by yourself. That's that. And then now come here, you give birth. Sasa inalipuka. Because when the child comes, a lot of attention and crying. They cry a lot. Kwanza akitoka tu hivi apumue hewa ya ulimwengu mwingine. Anaanza kulilia hapo. They never shut up. They cry until now somebody holds them and gives that attention. And now if this mother already was anxious, already had been disturbed, the cry of this child accelerates this state. And even at times it makes a mother and a child not bored normally, because the mother now is in her own world. She's already anxious, she's already fatigued, or she's already tired. Akiletewa a breastfeed, stress ingine inaigia. Hajai breastfeed your first time mother, titi haishikiki, mtoto analia. What will you do? You get stressed. So again, accelerate. But these are things that do not go for long. This state does not go for long. After 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it clears. But if it doesn't clear, seek medical attention, so that the doctor will be able to evaluate, is she going to give you medicine to calm you, and how long are you going to take the medicine, or you can see even a therapist.
Is there any way maybe someone can cope with it apart from seeking medical attention, kwenda hospitalini, maybe a remedy home?
Yeah, you can cope with it. One, if you accept that your body has changed, your way of thinking has changed. And then you have a good support from your husband and those people surrounding you. If you are living with house girls, or you are living with your in-laws, or your parents who have come to take care of you, the people who are giving you that care, they give you good support, and they accept you the way you are. Wasione umekuwa wazimu. No. They just try to understand she has not been like this. It has just come after giving birth. So they are there to support you, and they give you time and help you to heal. You can talk to them. And if you have a close friend whom you are free with, you can share with her your thoughts and tell her, hey, since I got this child, 1, 2, 3 has happened to me. And when you pour your heart out, I normally say, a problem shared is a problem half solved. So you'll be able to help this woman. Yeah, you can help.
Yes, I think that this topic, I don't want us to tackle much of it, because I want us to talk about it in our next program in depth. So if you're just tuning in, this is Maisha Prime Women Talk, where real women engage. My name is Rida Chebet Karing, and my guest today is Sarah Muridi. We are going for a short commercial break. We'll be back with the second part of this program. Stay tuned.
Beba kubeba na Samant Supermarket iliyoko mjini Kimilili karibu na kituo cha petroli cha Shell, na mjini Webuye karibu na shule ya msingi ya Webuye.
Bidhaa zetu ni za bei nafuu zikiwemo mafuta ya kupikia, unga wa chapati na sima, vitabu vya shule, viatu, bedding, electronics, carpets, miongoni mwa bidhaa zinginezo. Usiseme shopping, sema beba kubeba na Samat Supermarket. Beba kubeba na Samat Supermarket, your convenient supermarket for all the time shopping for your household needs.
There is a saying, behind every great man is a great woman. But there is a divide, a gap, a separation. It's about acknowledging the unseen efforts, the disparity, and expectations. Support. What does it mean to have support? To give support? To live without support? It's time that support goes both ways. Because beside every great man is a great woman. All right, thank you so much for staying with us. You're watching Maisha Prime Women Talk, where real women engage. My name is Rida Chebet Kering, and of course I'm not alone in the studio. I'm joined by Sarah Muridhi. You can engage with us Facebook and YouTube, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TVKE. Our phone number is 0746 999 You can engage with us. You can send your comments, your questions, your feedback, and we will be getting back to you. So today we are talking about family, and we've tackled a better part of it. So I would like us now to tumeongelea watoto, and we're still going to talk about children. How does the surrounding influence children's behavior and attitude, the surrounding of the family, because we're talking about family?
Okay. The surrounding affects the development of a child very much, because there are this behavior that a child is going to learn from the surrounding. And let me tell the parents that behaviors are learned, and behaviors learned, they can be relearned, and behaviors learned, they can again be learned. So this child, the environment that she is growing up matters a lot to his growth. That is emotionally, or thought processes, and even the way he behaves and the way he talks. For example, let us take a family whereby a child is brought up in a rental house. Behind it there is a changaden or there is a club. Yes. And this child, they seeing the men and the women who are getting in there. And he sees that, wow, this is good. You know, as a child, like I was saying, when you stagger like this, to a child that is fun. And so he may, even you see them imitating the staggerers. Yeah. And so when he grows up and he was not guided well, he might be able to pick that. There's this child could be, has gone to visit a family where this family has got no the biblical knowledge, that as we talk to people with respect, we don't abuse, we don't gossip. And now he goes and fights and finds that this family kuhusiana ni kawaida, takikuja kuita we mjiga kama baba yako ama mama yako. To him is normal. Yes. Why? That is what he has learned from that home. So utapata labda amesahau you are the mother na umemwambia ebe washa hii kikombe, mimi hata naweza kuiosha. He had it from somewhere. Yeah. And where he had it from, the parents don't react. It is normal to them. Mm-hmm. Now when this behavior is brought into your house, that is how you are supposed to shape this child. One, there is a way of telling this child it is wrong to abuse people. And you give him a very good talk. And you reason with him. If it is a child who is not in the reason, you know you cannot reason with that 1 year. But there's a way you can discipline this 1 year, sindio? Yeah. So that way, next time akitusi mtu atajua umefanya makosa. For example, ukiona amekuita mjiga, tell him, family, you know it is wrong to call somebody mjiga. And next time I hear call somebody mjiga, I'll deal with you. And the tone, the eye you have used, it will scare this child. So next time, anapofikia kukuita mjiga, atajiuliza, what am I doing? And then there's this child will go out there and get the tabia of taking things and bring them to you. Because they went with a friend, and a friend took and took to the mother. And the mother didn't discourage or the father. So akaona atakuwa gugoja ni jaribu kwetu. So when this child brings these things and you know they don't belong to you, immediately tell him, you umetoa wapi? Atakuelezea, rudisha. Na kikataa mwambie na kushika mkono, rudisha na wewe. So the next time, this child will not bring this item because you have discouraged it immediately. The problem why we condone some behaviors is how we see and we shut up. Work on it immediately. Do not say work on it tomorrow. Yeah.
Postpone. Not postpone. Postpone, the problem might become even worse.
Yeah.
So there is authority and also there is freedom. How can parents combine these two and ensure that authority does not overcome the freedom, and also the freedom does not overcome the authority?
Okay, authority and freedom. I want to look at these two words, authority and freedom. So, who should have authority over whom? Of course, a parent has authority over a child. And a child has freedom. Let us first talk about authority. Authority comes in when you give instructions to this child and you want them done, because the child is under you. And you should ensure that you make sure your child understands freedom and authority. Because, you know, I want to bring in something when it comes to bringing children. Because children, we have children of ages 1 to 5 years, then 6 to 11 years, and then 14 to less than 19 years. You see, those are 3 different children. So I'm trying to say that the young child who is growing, the father must have authority over him. Kibia dukani, nilete sukari. So, mtoto naye atasema, nataka kucheza. So the father will say, first get for me the sugar that I've sent you. When you bring it here, go out and pray. So you have given freedom. So you have balanced authority because I said go. And you went. and he came. Shida ni mwambie mtoto ukirudi utacheza. Alafu akirudi namwambia daosha utensils. You know, this child never trust his parents again. No. You've broken the trust. So what if you are a man of your word? Ukilete, you go and play. This child is going to see for sure. Hapa nitatoka freedom ya kufanya nini? Ya kucheza. Now, let us come to these other children now who are from 11 to 19 years. If you have not been called a teenager mother or father, you don't know what I'm talking about. Now, this child who is 11 years has gotten to another stage. A stage where now by freedom is coming in. That's why I say not to talk one by one. And this child who is transiting from childhood to adulthood. This is where now danger comes in. Yu mtoto anataka kuwa na mawazo yake yenye inatofautiana na ya mzazi. Unaona? Huyu mtoto ndio sasa ameanza kujirealize, when I was 5 I didn't have breast. Now they are there. Hey, I didn't have to eat. Now they are there. And the boy now he's also saying, I didn't have a deep voice. It is there. I didn't have hair in my private parts. Now it is there. And now he is meeting his peers. Now he is slowly moving away from the parents who are controlling with their authoritativeness here. And now he is meeting with his peers. And then amepata kuna hiyo pia amepatiwa freedom. Ile ya ukweli. Unajua, in fact, what to ask ni freedom aina gani? Freedom hata ya kutembea uchi, freedom ya kukunywa chochote, ama freedom ya kufanya mazuri yenye haitadhuru mwili wako. Naona? So amepata this peer. Now who is controlling this teen? It is the peer, not you. Wazazi hapa ndipo kibarua kinaingia. The moment you realize your child want to have freedom to mingle with the peer, do not refuse. Do not come here and be very authoritative. Sitaki kukuona na so and so. And if you find yourself in that situation of sitaki kukuona and so, this child will ask you, why don't you want to see me with this? And she's my friend and is my friend. If there's something that you have seen in this child that you know, try in a very wise way, try to educate your child. Ili asigie kwa hiyo message utaki afanye nini? Aidie. Kwa sababu ukimwambia sitaki utebeni na so and you are not giving answered a good one, utamwona na yeye na tada amwambie, unajua mama aliniambia nisio natembea nawe, kwa nini ni mbaya aje? Children are children. So it is good that you give them their freedom. They want to try out new dresses, and they tell you, give me money to buy a new dress. If you can afford, let them go and buy. Who said ununue umwambie nitakununulia? I'm telling Chebe to buy a dress, it will be brought to the house. It will never be worn. So that is money wasted. So give money and tell him, go buy a dress, but please try and buy a modest one. You know we are parents, and the way I dress and the way you dress. So when I talk of modest, I don't know what parents know as modest, because there's more than a mini skirt is a modest to her, and to me I'm seeing a dress below the knees that is what is modest. Sasa hapa nasema patia mtoto wako pesa aende kununua nguo kulingana na what you deem modest, or kulingana na how you see modest. You know, there's some topics I don't want to touch, they don't make controversy. That's what I'm saying. How you want to bring your child, make sure that you give that freedom, but do not give freedom too much, because again, if you go to the Bible, me and my woman we saved, and I like teaching morals to my children. So when we go back to the Bible, it tells us the way you bring up your child is in the way he's growing, and he's going to grow. So if you bring up your child in a way that you think is modest, and then he goes and mingles with others who sees he is not modest, but the mama insists he's modest, when the time this child is coming back, he will come back a depressed child. Ile maneno amefanya nini? Ameambiwa huko nje. na wenzake ama wamama wenye wanajua what is modesty. So one, your freedom has led to another problem. You get what I mean?
Yes.
It has brought another problem. So however much we are giving freedom to our children, as a parent, you must sit down with your child and listen to him. And if you see the freedom he wants is a freedom to ruin himself, counsel him. Tell him, yeah, I'm going to give you the freedom, but do you think what you are doing to yourself is right? And the child will begin with himself. Nimeulizwa swali. For sure, is it right? Na taona it is not right. Sasa I drop. Na kama hukumuuliza as a father or a mother. Sasa taendelea na taona if my mother doesn't care and my father doesn't care, who else should bother me? Because these two people are the ones who are very important in my life. So freedom, yes. Parents, let us give our children freedom as they discover themselves. Even though you see a child mingling with a girl, sisi wa mama wa kanisa na baba wa kanisa tunakuwaga na shida kwa sababu hatutaki tuharibu the image of being an elder or being a woman good or being a church woman. I just mangi because I'm of PCM, but we have these mama kanisa, you know them. Yes. So we don't want our children to destroy our reputation out there. So ukiletewa kafununu mtoto wako ameonekana na msichana wa wenyewe ama mvulana wa wenyewe, fire. Utakemea huyu mtoto, utamwambia sani ikifika kanisani, nyumbani. What have you done again? You have destroyed this child socialization stage. Because at this time they are discovering themselves when they meet with their peers. It's when they are learning some things we parents we cannot teach them. Like I cannot teach my son how to interact with that girl, but when they meet, they are going to teach one another. And this is times when I see when this child reaches of age of getting to have his own family, kutune msichana is very difficult. Why? We didn't give freedom. Hata msichana akikatiwa na amefikisha umri, anaona kama ni dhambi, na sio dhambi. Why? Si Mungu ndiye alianzisha familia, nimewaelezea. Nimewaelezea in the book of Genesis how family came to be. So parents, let us give freedom to our children. As far as this freedom we are giving, we are guiding them. Let us guide our children even as we give them freedom. Yeah.
The way you've just described how to raise children is not that easy, and I understand you're a mother to teenagers or a teenager. What is the key to it? How can ni nini inafanya mzazi aweze kuraise watoto vizuri?
What has helped me because I'm now a mother of teenagers, yeah? Because I told you mine joined from one, the last born, this May. And he became a teenager before he became a teenager. My son, the last born, became a teenager even before he reached the age of teenage age because of the different personalities that each of us have. I hope we shall come into that, of personalities. And as I said, if not be called a mother's teenager, you don't know what is parenting. Igine nafaka mteremko. Fungua mdomo, kunywa chai. Kuja hapa, vaa nguo. Kuja hapa, vaa viatu, tuende kanisa. Huyu ataamka hana muda wa kwenda kanisa. Kwambia leo siendi kanisa. Unamwambia hapana, lazima tutaenda kanisani. Why have I instilled a church doctrine or a religion in my children? It helps to build their morals. It helps to give them freedom that is not destructive. And I'm that parent who reasons with my children. I don't give authority. I ask my son, this is our house here. How do you see it is? Nasema hapa, ma'am, naona ingekuwa hivi. And I take his idea. Let us implement and see how it is. And when we implement and see how it is, I say, wow, thank you. You've done good. You gave me a very good idea. So let it be. And then now when they become teenagers, start tagging along with them to your workplaces. And mostly if you are a business woman or a businessman, uonyeshe kazi yako. Na ukimleta kazini, don't start saying, huyu mtoto wangu najua ataniibia pesa, simweke kwa cash box, aibe ili ujue anaweza kuwa mwizi. Try them. Because if you show that you don't trust him with your money or your business, what have you done to this child? He'll feel part of this, or he'll not be part of this family. Atasikia, my dad don't trust me, so atawadokea tu pole pole. He is with you, yes, but you are not together. Aliwacha. Mine have made sure, like now, the firstborn son, now he's in university. He's a driver. He began driving immediately he finished Form 4, and we made sure that he took a driving license. He told us me. We said him, take this, take this, take this. You can't employ a driver when he's there. So you are teaching him responsibility, slowly by slowly. You are showing that you trust him. And then now that he's the firstborn, and there is this smaller one, when I'm out of town with the father, I make sure I tell him, you are the firstborn here, you are the responsibility, this child is Adayu. He is Adayu. So whatever he doesn't do it right, discipline him. So he helps me. Because I've made him to be a role model to this young one. And but then before I have a foster child. I have a foster child. And he stays with us. So let me say that I have three sons, but two biological mine, one is just a foster child. So even him, when he came into my family, you know, he came from a different tribe. And now as of a different tribe, like I began families are made of different combinations. We had to initiate him into what our family believes, and one, it is we are Christian family. So kama uko naenda kanisani kwenu, uko ni lazima twende kanisani. No excuse for that. Na akirudi nyumbani, mmefundishwa nini leo? They must come and tell me what they have been taught. Na nikiona wana inaonekana leo hamkwenda, atasema tuenda tukapata washamaliza. Sasa nitaanzia, kwa nini mkafanya nini ukachelewa? Because me, the church that I take care of, it is not the same church that my children come. I left them in my home church, and me I went alone. So I must kuatilia mmesomeshwa nini na umejifundisha nini. So kusomeshwa tu, umejifundisha nini. Then I involve them, like I was saying, in the roles of the home. You come up with a timetable. This week, who is washing utensils, who is cooking. Or who is cooking in the morning, who is cooking lunchtime. And then I realize that one is becoming not good. Kuna mwenye nafinyiria mwingine. Tasema, kila mtu achukue siku yake. You wash, and that is when they are in for holidays. You wash your this day, the next one tomorrow, the other one tomorrow. May come to assist when I feel like coming to assist. And that is what normally happen. And then nimewaonyesha na wadhamini sana. Nadhamini their decisions, nadhamini their thoughts. So when a child comes to reason with you parent, who is listening to me and who is watching me, mtoto anapokuja na amekuja na swali, na it's an argumentative question, do not shy off. Answer it. Because if you don't, itaenda kuulizwa nje na itarudishwa jinsi ambayo itakushtua kama mzazi. Usingoje kushtuliwa, wewe jibu tu. You might say it practically being done in your own home. They might give you a heart attack. So answer it before it is answered from other quarters.
Wow, wazazi, I think that those, and I know that wengi huwa wanasema that kuraise mtoto mwanaume pia it's tough, but here yours unawapeleka hadi jikoni How do you manage?
Now, in fact, like I said in the beginning of the show, I used to employ house girls for them, but when they reached to be of age, and that time I said the question that my last person asked me, I have to reason and see now, these children need to also be very responsible. And wazazi ambao mnanisikiza, ukiona mtoto wako 2 years amechukua kikombe kama umemaliza chai, anataka kupeleka jikoni, usimwambie baba acha ama mama acha nitapeleka. Ngoja apeleke. Hata ikifika kitchen usikie parasha, hiyo imeenda hivyo. Usikasirike ati kwa sababu mtoto amefanya nini? Amevuja kikombe amepasua. Why? You are training this child, whether a boy or a girl, to be responsible. I know that me, I don't have sons. I don't have daughters. And they are of age. I don't know when a child is growing, hajui jeda. Like me, utsema inata tukimop nyumba, the boys, they would cry, mama, nipatie mopa pia mimi nikusaidie. Na furahi na biashika, tuendelee. Na tuna compete when they were young, when they were in the age of 5, 6. So when it came to initiating them into the kitchen work, I stopped employing people to help me and them. Then nikaambia, actually I'm not going to employ another auntie for you. The last Monday anauliza, kwa nini ma'am? Nani atakuwa anafua nguo zangu? Nani anakuwa anafulia? Shuleni was in a boarding school. Na ukienda secondary juu utakuliwa, nani atakufulia? So anza practice and you make it fun. Do not show them that it's just a girl's work. Make it fun. Zingine ebe tutagia kitchen zimeoshwa lakini zina shine. But when you get them shining, usianze kukemea kijana ati umenioshea nini, umenioshea kikombe alafu unaona nituma mama sabuni. Congratulate, thank you for washing it for me, and then you as a mother, I just come in and correct the messes. Mwingine atakuoshea anakuachia sufuria, unauliza kwa nini hujaosha sufuria? Mimi sijui kuosha sufuria. Namwambia okay, thank you, next time you are going to learn. And for sure they learn. And then when they are growing up, when I'm loading the chapati, they would come and mama, ni mimi natengeneza hii. And I say, yeah, tutengeneze. So now I give them the freedom. Talked about freedom. Give them freedom to everything, kitchen, everywhere. Yeah. So I give them freedom, and they draw that chapati. Hata kama itatoka na mask ingine na kaya elephant, you don't mind. You chapati utakula. So you encourage this child. Yeye mwenyewe akisema, ai mom, hii haijakuwa kama yako. Unamwambia yenyewe lakini nimejaribu, but how you go about it is just like this. We need it together. And then I tell him, roll. Adani haya mama nimekuwa tu kama yako ndio. No, sasa ngoja tunifanye nini? Tuwekele kwa pan hivi. Na naambia mama venye naona unafanya hivi, mikono haichomeki. Hapana inchomeki. Kwa nini? Yangu imezoea. Hebu nijaribu. Na nafanya. Namwambia don't worry, ikizoea ni sawa tu. Unafikiria ikichomeka mara pili anakuwa hapo. Like in the next time when you are doing chapati still there, he forgot the hands were burnt a bit. So this is how I train them to do chores. When I realize that they are interested, I encourage them to do it. But I also told them, sasa nyinyi ni auntie pamoja na mimi hapa. Sileti mwingine. So it is not because I'm working. How you are going to help me ni si ijovawa, juniki jovawa. Mtakosa mama. Unataka kukosa mama kweli? Hapana. So tusaidiane. Yeah, that's how you do it. And they are men.
That's nice. Thank you so much, Sarah, for that. And thank you all viewers for being with us since the start of this program. If you're joining us, this is Maisha Prime Women Talk, where real women engage. And today we were talking about family. So we've come to the end of this program. Continue engaging with us. You can send your feedback, questions, or any idea on our phone number 0746 999 841. You can also visit our social media platforms, that is Facebook, Maisha Television Kenya, YouTube, Maisha Television Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TV KE. You can subscribe, and also you can so that you can be notified whenever we have a new program. Have a nice time.